Again, my name's Gabe Zollner. Well, it looks like the FBI might have known more than they shared, but the good news is that they were right. It turns out that the two people that they thought knew each other, they in fact did know each other. They happen to be brothers. One of them ended up being killed last night after they shot and murdered a policeman who apparently was sitting in his car, and the other one is on the run. The one that's on the run is the one that was wearing the white hat. His brother, the larger of the two, was in fact killed at a gun shootout. I wonder how Obama is going to spin this. As it turns out, both of these are from Chechnya. Now, Chechnya, if you're not aware of this, is a Muslim country. Yeah, it's a Muslim country. And there was an interesting article posted on WND that said that the Ayatollah feels that what has happened, and this is before we knew that these people were from Chechnya. He believes that this bombing was done in retaliation to what America is doing with their drone attacks into Pakistan and Afghanistan by killing people and killing innocent people as well. So he believed that what this is their way of showing us that what we're doing to them, they can do to us as well. And I don't believe this will be the last event that's going to take place in this country. I believe this is the beginning of a number of similar events that are going to take place in this country. And it's all due to the fascination and the love that our administration has for Muslims. Yeah, that's really what it is. You know, I mean, what did Hillary Clinton say in the Rose Garden? He said, Islam is a peaceful and loving religion. Yeah, we see how peaceful and loving they are when they blow the legs off of little girls and they blow the legs off of innocent people and they slaughter innocent people by vicious bombs full of ball bearings. We see how peaceful and loving they are. I really wonder how Obama's going to spin this. He's not having a good week. You know, first of all, his gun grab gets shot down, and now we have this. Yesterday on listening to Rush Limbaugh, and I made mention of this, Rush said that the left is really nervous that this might come back to being what it came back to being. They didn't want it. They wanted a white person, you know, an Anglo-Saxon, to be responsible. Anglo-Saxons aren't bred to kill the way, unfortunately, it appears that a lot of these jihadist Muslims are. You don't see Jews doing this. You don't see Christians doing this. Who do you see doing this? Muslims. And what is Obama doing? He's supporting the Muslims. For all we know, these explosives came full circle. They came from the United States. They were sent over to Turkey to go over to Syria, and they could have ended up here. We don't know. What we do know is we have a criminal, corrupt administration that is supporting the Muslims. And the Muslims are killing not only our military that are being slaughtered with similar kinds of devices, but they're doing it right here in America. And once again, I believe this is the first of many. Obama made it very clear that when he lost the gun debate, what did he say? He said, this isn't over. Now, if he's allowed to remain in power, what he's going to do when they take control of the Senate and the House, he's going to put Pelosi back in again as Speaker, and he's going to ram through anything and everything that he wants. And part of what he's going to sign is executive orders to go after our guns. You don't think that's the case? You watch and see. He said it himself. This is not over. What more do you need to know? Obama right now is like a cornered rat. All right? All the evidence, there's indisputable evidence that these two mass murderers, mass maimers, were from Chechnya. Chechnya is a Muslim country. These people were Muslim extremist assassins. That's what they were. And now they say they've been here since, what, 2003? Who knows? And what does Obama do? He sends back to Saudi Arabia, and as Glenn Beck said, he was probably the ringleader. This whole thing is completely nuts. There's no stopping him. There's no accountability for anything that he does. Fast and Furious, never been concluded. Never been concluded. What happened with Benghazi? Never been concluded. What happened with Sandy Hook? Who the heck knows? What happened now in Boston? The picture is very clear. The pieces of the puzzle all have proven that these were radical, extremists, jihadist Muslims. And thanks to Janet Neapolitano, our borders are like Swiss cheese. And I got to believe they've got a whole lot of cells here. My advice is avoid any large collection of people, like a football game, like a basketball game, like malls. Avoid them. These weapons are devastating, as we already saw. These weapons are easily transported by these radical extremists. And like I said, I cannot see this being the end of it. I see this as being the beginning of it. These radical extremists are coming after us because of the drone attacks, the indiscriminate murder of their citizens, having from the skies terror rain down on them with these Hellfire missiles. I don't know how many people they've killed. I don't know how many Hellfire missiles have been fired. When you go to Google, it says that probably they've killed in excess of 4,000. Many of those are innocent bystanders. Do you think that people are just going to allow us to continue to do that to them and not retaliate in some form or fashion? And I've said this in other videos as well. They don't have drones, but they do have bombs. And we just found out what kind of bombs. Horrific bombs that maim and cripple. What do we have? 180 people injured? We've got, what, about 18 that have serious amputations? We've got 3 dead? Like I said, this administration is out of control. We've got Muslims scattered throughout key official government positions. John Brennan, according to the media, according to whatever we can ascertain, converted to Islam. Huma Abedin belongs to all kinds of Islamic organizations. Who knows where Hillary Clinton is, who again in the Rose Garden, they're a peaceful and loving religion. Hey Hillary, you think they're still so peaceful and loving? They're radical, extremist Muslims. They have been bred to kill. Jews don't do that. Christians don't do that. Catholics don't do that. Only Muslims do that. Now, I'm not saying that all Muslims are bad, because they're not. But how do you differentiate? Do either one of these young kids look like they would be able to destroy so many lives? I don't think so. So how do you differentiate? Huh? You can't. And that's the problem. Obama is in love with Muslims because I believe he is one of them. Period. You think not? The pieces of the puzzle all fit. And I'm waiting to see what he comes out with on this. What a joke. What a complete farce. Our government is lost. Our Congress is impotent. Our country's being destroyed. Our citizens are being blown up. And it's all because of the lax and accommodating rules that our government has towards Muslims. We have to respect them, but they don't respect us. How insane is this? Obama, God will look after you. God will look after you for the damage and the misery you brought to this country.